Hi, I'm Trey, and this is my TRT journey. If you want, go back and look at my short video where I kind of introduced myself. Today I'm going to talk about my numbers and let y'all know where I started. And I'm also going to give you a little bit of the history of how I got here. So we'll start first with the history. So about 3 years ago, I went to my primary care physician to get my checkup done. And during that checkup, I found out that I had a heart murmur. And that was new to me because I've been an athlete pretty much my whole life. Was a gymnast as a kid, played football in middle school, junior high. Was a springboard diver in high school, went to college to go dive, and ended up actually hurting my back and decided, hey, I should probably not do diving anymore. Then as an adult, played adult league softball, beer league softball. That was pretty fun. Anyway, so the heart murmur was news to me. During that checkup also, we checked my labs, and my testosterone, I believe, was about 324. So that's just above that threshold of being below normal. She sent me to cardiologist. The cardiologist confirmed my heart murmur and said, hey, he said you should go and do a stress test. So went to go do the stress test. While I was in there, they do a sonogram of your heart, and I found out that I have an aortic aneurysm that was about the size of a golf ball. I found out that my aortic valve was failing and that it was a bicuspid where it's supposed to be a tricuspid valve. So anyway, they sent me in to go see a thoracic surgeon because I was supposed to have open heart surgery to fix everything. And I did. However, it wasn't full open heart. The surgeon I saw was able to do semi-minimally invasive surgery. They only cracked half my sternum open. Anyway, they fixed the aneurysm that was the size of a golf ball. And replaced my aortic valve with a bovine valve, because if you get the mechanical valve, you have to be on a blood thinner the rest of your life. And I don't like taking anything outside of, vitamins and whatnot. So anyway, we got that fixed. I was still feeling kind of crummy after a year of, rehab and working out a whole lot more, trying to get my body back into the shape it was before all this started. Fast forward to about 13 days ago, I decided to go and have my testosterone levels checked again. This time I went to a men's clinic and they pulled my labs for me, and let's tell you what they were. So in the office there, the total testosterone was 257. Your good range, optimal range, probably what you had in your 20s, would be somewhere between 800 and 1200. That was pretty low. Hemoglobin 15.8, hematocrit 46.5. Those are both within range. They're pretty good range. That 257 total testosterone, though, had gone from 324 like 3 years ago down to 257. Of course, I had some trauma, with the open heart surgery. But anyway, I've been doing well, and like I said in the original video, I work out sometimes. Definitely don't do it enough. But that's what I found out in the office. So on November 13th, I went ahead and had my first injection. I believe it was like 150 milligrams. 150. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but 150, 160, something like that. And so then about a week later, maybe not even a week later, like 4 days later, I got the rest of my labs. And for free T, it was 7.4 out of the range of 6.8 to 21.5. So free T is also pretty low. LH at 4.7, FSH 2.8. I think those are also kind of on the low end. I guess the LH is kind of mid-range. And then glucose was 83. This was unfasted, so I expect glucose to be kind of high, but glucose 83. Kidneys look good. Bun was 17. Creatine 1.22. That's a little bit high. My bun creatine ratio was 14. Potassium, middle of the road. Chloride's good. Calcium 9.2. Protein 6.7. Livers, AST, ALT 14 and 12 respectively. White blood count pretty good. Hemoglobin 15.7. That range is 13.0 to 17.7. So not too bad. See, platelets 235. That's perfect, right in the middle there. Not real sure. TSH 1.23. Oh, and they did my prostate PSA level also when I was there the first day. So total PSA is 0.91. My father had problems with his prostate, and I believe even after having a prostatectomy, he still had PSA levels in his blood, so they were constantly monitoring that. So that's something that I'm thinking about while I'm going on this journey to, monitor PSA, because your levels can definitely fluctuate when you're changing your hormones. So that's where I am right now. Some of the things that were affecting me and why I decided to go on this. So I had brain fog. I was tired. I was forgetful. I started getting a lot of migraines recently. Had them off and on ever since I was a teenager. They just became a lot more frequent, and I don't know if it was after, having my heart surgery and certain things changing, or if it was because my testosterone was dropping. But anyway, it's something I'm hoping that will be remedied by doing the testosterone replacement therapy. So headaches, body aches. I was, sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. That wasn't a problem. Got to bed around 10 o'clock, woke up around 6 just about every day. Had decent energy levels throughout the morning, then would just totally start fading around lunchtime. Like I said, I do the carnivore diet, so my sugars are not, going up and down. So let's see, one weekend, I think I've taken 4 shots, I'm 12 days in. I've taken 4 shots. I am waking up a little bit in the middle of the night. Not having like hot flashes, but I am waking up hot. I just assume that's my body doing something, but I don't have the night sweats or anything. I've had a little bit of water retention on certain days, and some days none. My knees hurt a little bit. That was probably because of the water retention, along with some swollen hands. I do feel like I'm less tired overall, though. I feel like I have more energy in the afternoon. Right now it's around 4 o'clock, and I feel pretty good. I feel like my brain fog is lessening too. I don't have that like fuzzy feeling all the time. It just comes and goes now, so that's pretty sweet. Migraines, today I had a couple of migraine auras and stuff, so I'm not real sure how that's gonna go. but I'm assuming that they're kind of going less right now. I think that's pretty much it. I go back to the doctor for a 6-week checkup because of the timing of when I started and the holidays and everything. I'm going to go back on December 22nd, and that we'll do another blood test, and I'll get new numbers to see where I am. I'll also see how I'm feeling then. But, for the most part, 11, 12 days into it, I'm feeling pretty good. I had them give me pre-filled syringes, so that makes it a little bit easier. And so far, I'm just hitting myself in my glutes, and that's pretty much it. So I'll update y'all in a few days once I have a couple of more days under my belt. If you have any questions or comments, suggestions, anything like that, let me know, and I'll talk to you later. Cheers.